Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Khairi Nabila binti Muhammad Khairullah, metric number 2025-241192. Today, my group members and I will be presenting our group project for the subject ACC407, Fundamental Financial Accounting and Reporting. So, this is my group members. First, Adawiyah, Aida, Ainur, Intan, and me, Khairi Nabila. In this video presentation, we will explain the business background, business characteristic, classification of item in the business, the recording process, as well as the strengths and weaknesses of NK Mart Enterprise. So, now I will start with the business background. NK Mart Enterprise is owned by Nur Natasha binti Kadar. The business was originally started by her parents and has been operating since 5 January 2002. In 2022, Nur Natasha officially took over the business and continue running it. The shop is located at Agro Bazaar Kedai Rakyat, Kampung Kundang, Tanjung Sepat. NK Mart Enterprise operates as a sole proprietorship where the owner manages and controls the business on her own. Next, I will explain the capital of NK Mart Enterprise. The business first started with capital from Nur Natasha's parent amounting 20,000, and after she took over the business, she increased the capital to 50,000 to support business operation. She also received some loan from family members and friends to help set up the business. However, all of these loans have already been fully paid back. Currently, the business is fully operated using the owner's capital. So now, we are moving on to the business activities. NK Mart Enterprise sells daily essential items such as fresh and refrigerated products, beverages, frozen food, snacks, baked goods, as well as household and personal care products. Besides selling goods, NK Mart Enterprise also provides small services such as phone credit top-up for customers. In terms of payment method, NK Mart Enterprise accepts cash and QR payment, and they plan to add a debit card machine soon. However, the business does not offer any buy now pay later service. NK Mart Enterprise has 2 employees and their salary are paid daily. So, according to the owner, daily payment helps keep worker motivated and more hardworking. And based on her experience, monthly payment made worker less motivated and affected their work performance. Lastly, the business receives supplies from 2 types of supplier. First, the weekly supplier for items like egg, onion, and potatoes, which is this item is paid in cash. And second, monthly supplier. Monthly supplier is for items like packaged goods, beverages, household items, and health or beauty products that paid using credit. So, that's all from me. Now, I will pass to Intan, who will continue with the business characteristic.
Hi, my name is Intan Sofia binti Muhammad Hairi. Next, I will explain the business characteristic of NK Mart Enterprise. First, about business registration. NK Mart Enterprise operates as a sole proprietorship and is registered with SSM. This means the owner and the business are not separate entity. For example, all business matters are handled directly by the owner herself. Next is capital. The capital used to run NK Mart comes from the owner, such as money used to purchase stock like grocery and daily necessity. There is no partner involved in providing capital. Moving on to profit and losses, all profits earned from daily sales at NK Mart belong to the owner. At the same time, if there is any loss, such as unsold or damaged goods, the owner has to bear the loss personally. For management and control, the owner is fully responsible for managing NK Mart. For example, she decides what product to stock, how much to order, and how prices are set in the shop. Next is liability. As a sole proprietorship, the owner has unlimited liability. This means if NKMart is unable to pay its debt, the owner's personal asset may be used to settle those obligations. Lastly, books of account. For NKMart, daily sales are recorded manually in a notebook, receipts are kept properly, and an Excel file is also used as a backup for record keeping. In conclusion, NKMart Enterprise clearly demonstrates the main characteristic of a sole proprietorship business. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ainu Farhana. I would like to present a classification of items for NKMart Enterprise. This presentation focuses on how the business transactions are organized according to the 5 main categories in accounting, which are assets, liabilities, owner's equity, revenues, and expenses. What is assets? Assets refer to all resources with economic value which will provide future economic benefits to the business. You know, assets have two categories, which is current assets and non-current assets. First, what is current assets? Current asset is short-term, can be converted into cash within 1 year and are used for daily operations of the business. Firstly, cash and cash equivalents, which is cash in hand and bank in the most liquid assets. Secondly, NKMart has inventory consists of both raw materials such as chicken meat, fish, vegetable, and fruit. Other than that, finished good. Finished good consists of rice, cooked oil, frozen good, toiletries, and others. NKMart also keep prepared items. Why current assets important? It is because current asset ability to support pay immediate obligation and daily business operations. Next, non-current assets. Non-current assets are long-term items used by the business for more than 1 year. The business maintains its operational capacity through various items of machinery equipment, including a freezer, chiller, weighing scale, CCTV, specialized tools like butchery equipment and coconut grater. Next, office technology equipment, which includes a computer, a receipts, invoice, printer, and cash register for handling point of sale transaction. Lastly, fixtures and fittings such as metal racks and trolley basket. Non-current assets help the business to run smoothly for long period. Furthermore, liabilities. Liabilities represent the financial obligation of the business to the external party for the business. Liabilities also have two categories, which is current liabilities, short-term financial debts, and non-current liabilities, long-term financial debts. For NKMart, their liabilities fall mostly under current liabilities such as account payables, which mean purchase goods from supplier on credit, and accrued expenses such as stalls, wages, and unpaid utilities. NKMart is a sole proprietorship with low liability operation, so all the business, capital, equipment purchases, and operating costs are fully supported using the owner's own funds and personal savings. While non-current liabilities are not applicable because the business does not take bank loans. Next, owner's equity. Owner's equity is initially established by the capital contributed, which began when the owner opened the business with _50,000 ringgit into the business, and also additional capital means by the owner may boost the capital by bringing in additional funds into the business. This equity it can increase by the net profit because business generates, which are estimated to be between 3,000 ringgit to 5,000 ringgit monthly after all expenses deducted, such as rents, utilities, and stock purchases. Conversely, equity is reduced by drawings, which is the owner takes out take goods or cash of the business for personal use. Finally, the owner donates the stock items such as mineral water, bread, and biscuit to the Moscow. So, the charity is accounted as charity expenses, which reduce the business net profit and consequently lowers the overall owner's equity. Revenues. Revenues is measurement of the total income generated by the sales of goods or service of a company before deducting any expenses. The primary source of income for NKMart is retail sales, which include daily sales of groceries, top-up services, and Madani products. The Mart also part of the Agro Bazaar Madani program, where certain essential items such as rice, cooking oil, and sugar are sold at a subsidized price.
Untuk tu macam kedai akak ni di bawah program Agro Bazaar. So Agro Bazaar tu kira macam di bawah Fama Kuala Langai. So setiap bulan tu kita akan buat kita akan buat jualan yang namanya jualan madani. So means maksud contohnya kita jual 3 barang, beras 5 kilo, lepas tu kita tambah dengan roti dengan Maggi. Harga sebenar RM26. So dekat situ kita buat potongan harga RM20 dapat 3 barang tu. So subsidi daripada kerajaan lah RM6 tu.
Besides that, the owner earns additional personal income as a part-time tuition teacher, although it is recorded separately from the retail business revenue. Lastly, expenses. For NKMart, the monthly expenses included rental expenses, utilities bills, maintenance expenses, packaging operation expenses, raw material purchases, stock inventory purchases, employee salaries, internet bills, and supplier payments. Overall, the total operating cost for NKMart range between 8 to 10,000 per month. Fourthly, the business also contribute to charity every week. The owner gives charity to mosques using items from the business stock. The transactions will be recorded as charity expenses. Next, I will pass to Aida.
Hi, my name is Nuraida binti Arifin. My matrix number is 20254-23962. In this section, I will be presenting about the recording process of a business. First thing first, I will explain briefly, step by step in recording process. The first one is transaction. In this part, we have to identify all of the transaction in business. For example, in daily operation, the business usually do transaction such as purchases, sales, expenses like telephone bills, utility bills, and other incomes. This transaction need to be identified so it will be easier for a business to proceed with the next process of recording. The next part is source document. What is a source document? Source document is a document that provides the details about the business transaction. Each documents are different for each transaction. Let me give you a clear example. For credit purchases and credit sales, the business used an invoice to record it. The invoice will provide the details, for example like the dates, the addresses of the supplier or customer, also the terms and conditions. Moving on to the next part, which is journals. After we have identified all of the transactions, it will be recorded in the books of prime entry. Books of prime entry consist of two things, which is cash book and journals. This process also called as journalizing. After the transactions are recorded in the journal, the total will be posted into an appropriate account in the ledgers. This process also called as posting. Ledgers can be classified into three categories, which are general ledgers, sales ledgers, and purchases ledgers. The next process is trial balance. At the end of the month or accounting period, a trial balance will be prepared. The purpose is to check whether the transactions have been recorded correctly or not in the books of account. We have come to the most crucial part, which is adjustment. Adjustments have to be made at the end of the month or an accounting period if there are errors in the previous recording process. For example, adjustments are made for accruals and prepayments of revenue and expenses, doubtful debt, also depreciation. Finally, we have come to the last step of recording process, which is financial statement. Financial statement can be prepared at the end of the month or an accounting period from the list of trial balance. Financial statement can be categorized into three, which are income statement, balance sheet, and cash flow. We shall now proceed on how NKMart Enterprise manage and record its financial transaction. NKMart Enterprise use manual system, which are cash book and Excel, as the main tool to record their financial transaction. The owner is the one who is fully responsible in the preparation of the recording process. Moving on to the details, sales and expenses will be recorded in cash book and will be reviewed monthly, while inventory order will be recorded in an inventory book and will be reviewed weekly or monthly based on the items. For instance, perishable goods will be updated weekly, while dry goods will be updated monthly. The next one is purchases. Purchases will be divided into two categories, which are cash purchases and credit purchases. Cash purchases will be recorded into cash books, while credit purchases will be recorded into a specific book, which are specially for credit purchases. For additional capital and drawings will be recorded into cash book. All of these transactions will also be recorded into an Excel as a backup. Moving on to the next slides, which I will be explaining about the document keeping and the financial statement that will be prepared by the NKMart Enterprise. For document keeping, NKMart Enterprise usually keep their documents in a file cabinet, and only if they have enough time, it will be uploaded to in a Google Drive as a backup. For financial statements, NKMart Enterprise only prepare income statement to know whether the business is gaining a profit or loss, and it will be reviewed monthly by the owner herself.
Thank you. Now I will continue with the next part of presentation, which is about strengths of the NKMA Enterprise recording process. First of all, strength of the NKMA Enterprise is cost effective. Based on the interview, the business uses a fully manual recording system. This method is low cost because the owner only uses a notebook and simple Excel sheets. There is no need to buy expensive accounting software or hire a bookkeeper. This is suitable for small or new businesses with limited capital. This method helps the owner save money while still keeping basic financial records. Another strength is full control by owner, which is that the owner personally handles all recording activities. The owner prepares the income statement and reviews sales, expenses, and stock every month. This gives the owner full control over the business financial information. One person managing the records helps maintain consistency and accuracy for more aware of the business financial health. The owner clearly knows the business profits, expenses, and cash flow. This direct involvement reduces misunderstanding and allows quick action when problems occur. Finally, the strength of the business recording process is monthly monitoring of business transaction. The owner monitors business transaction every month. This includes checking sales, expenses, and stock records. Monthly reviews help detect error or missing records early. It also helps the owner understand cash flow, such as money coming in and money going out, keeping the financial information accurate and updated. The owner can monitor business performance and take action quickly. This supports better planning and decision making for the business.
Next, I will continue with the next part of presentation, which is about weaknesses of the NKMA Enterprise recording process. One major weakness is the high risk of error due to manual recording. The owner records transactions by hand and later transfer them into Excel. This process may lead to mistakes such as misreading a number, forgetting to record a transaction, or writing the wrong amount. Small mistakes can occur easily and may affect the accuracy of financial statement. Since there is no automatic system, this error may not be detected easily. This makes it difficult to analyze financial information accurately. Other than that, the weaknesses is time-consuming. The owner takes a long time to record every sale, expense, and stock movement manually. The owner also needs to transfer the data into Excel and prepare the monthly income statement. This process is repetitive and tiring. As the owner also manages daily business operation, record updates may be delays. Delays reduce the timeliness and reliability of accounting information. This may affect decision and slow down business development. Last but not least, another weakness is the lack of digital accounting, such as POS system. Records are kept separately in notebook and Excel. This means information is not updated in real time. That makes the process slower, less accurate, and harder to analyze. As a result, the owner cannot quickly see the full financial position of the business and limits the owner's ability to make quick and informed decisions. This reduces the usefulness of accounting information for decision making. That's all from me about strengths and weaknesses of the NKMA Enterprise recording process. Thank you. That's all for our presentation. Thank you for your time and attention, and we hope you enjoy our presentation. If you like our presentation, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. That's all for us. Thank you. Have a nice day.